Oh, that's a cute car. I kind of liked my super ridiculous Bearmobile, though. So, anybody in chat, like, when you were little, when you were sick, did your parents ever do, like, orange juice mixed with 7-Up to help settle your stomach? Or orange juice mixed with ginger ale? Because that's something that my parents did when I was little, when I was sick. And, like, sometimes I drink it just as a treat now. Because, for one thing, it's fizzy orange juice. It feels fancy as fuck. It's like orange juice and champagne, but without the alcohol. Your parents did the ginger ale thing? Yeah. Yeah, so like, sometimes I just drink it, but I use a 7-Up Zero now, obviously, because I have to cut the sugar, but, like, sometimes I drink it just to have it, because it feels fancy as fuck, and also, like I said, you know, when you're watching your sugar, and you know, I don't drink Diet Pops a lot, because Diet Pops are honestly just as terrible for you as regular Pops, but it's nice to have it every now and then as a treat. And so it's like I get the fizz and the fanciness of the pop, and it feels like I'm having orange juice and champagne, but there's no alcohol. It's really nice. Got either orange juice or ginger ale, and they never mixed it. You started mixing them together later on. It's really good when you're sick, but it's also just really good to have as a treat sometimes. And I've got my big purple glass with the straw next to me, filled with it right now. It's pretty nice. Fancy ass drink, Mario Kart. Diet sodas are far worse than regular sodas. It depends on what they use as a sweetener. My preference is to avoid aspartame, partly because it gives me a headache in large amounts, and partly because it tastes like armpit. Um, I do like stevia. I know that a lot of people don't. Some people find that stevia has a bitter aftertaste. I don't get that unless I use like a lot of it. It is harder to bake with stevia though, because it tends to dry out the batter or the dough. But there are... Sent me a question on Skype for in between levels. Okay. I'll take a look at it after this race, because I just started one. Sorry. But I like stevia because to me stevia tastes just like sugar, if not a little sweeter even. And it doesn't have the same effects on long-term insulin resistance that aspartame and sucralose do. So, plus stevia is all natural, which doesn't always make it better, but in this case it does. Like, you can literally just pull a leaf off of a stevia plant and chew on it, and it'll taste just like sugar. And I do have a preference for things that I can grow myself if I really wanted to. It would be difficult in the current climate that I'm in, though. It's a little too cold. Stevia is a desert plant. But yeah. It's also an all things in moderation thing. And, like, I get all my soft drinks by using my soda stream. So I can also control, like, how much of the soda syrup is going in. And what kind of soda syrup I use. Which is nice. And, like, the soda stream, depending on what model you get, it can be a pretty big investment at first. Especially if you don't have a lot of money. But it's ended up saving me quite a lot of money. Especially now that I can get Pepsi Zero as a soda stream syrup. Because I really like my Pepsi Zero. And my Coke Zero too. Like, I'm trying to reduce how much of it I drink, and the fact that I can get Pepsi Zero as a soda stream syrup now is not helping in that. But the fact that it's aspartame and I will eventually get a migraine if I drink too much of it still does force me to limit how much I drink. And don't ever let anybody tell you that it's impossible to get migraines from aspartame. It is totally possible. It's just not as common as many people would like to have you believe. Sounds like somebody's at the door. Ah, parcels. Thank you. I'll open them between races, because this is about to start. Ooh, it's raining on this course. Because that didn't take me forever to notice. I love this. It's kind of cyberpunky. okay, I'm still gonna finish first. As I said. Alright, let's see what's in those parcels. Where's my sharp pointy thing? Alright. It's the elastic thread that I needed to finish the Siren doll, make her accessories. And what is this? Oh yes. Good, spare airbrush gun. I'm gonna... I'm gonna just pop over to the art cam for a moment so I can show you this beauty. There she is. New airbrush, since the red one kept clogging. Hopefully this will help. So that way, and then the other thing that I got was just this clear elastic thread for making some pearl accessories for the Siren doll, who, by the way, has her haircut now. I'm still working on a little bit of the styling. I'm gonna try to get it to lay a little bit flatter in the back here. And part of her outfit. I still have to put closures on the outfit. Put closures on the outfit and a few more layers of feathers on part of it. But that's how that's coming along for anybody who was curious. Alright.